bestie, how are you today? I'm so happy you made it. My birthday just passed and I wanted to do a birthday book haul. I got a total of 42 books for my birthday, so I wanted to go through them one by one and show them to you guys. I did a indie bookstore crawl with my mom. We went to 23 bookstores for my 23rd birthday. It was the most amazing time. I'm going to do a separate video on all the indie bookstores, but for now, let's just get into the rest of the video. I'm gonna start off with the one book that I bought for myself as my birthday gift to me, Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. And the reason I got it, I know it's on Kindle, I know, but this is a signed copy. I really hope, oh my gosh, I don't want to bend that back too far. I really hope you can see it. I really hope it focused, and if it didn't, so sorry, but it's a signed copy, and it came with, are you joking? Are you joking right now? This is the cutest thing ever. I don't have any page overlays. This is my very first one, so very special to me. The Steamy Lit bookstore was doing signed copies with the page overlay, so I was like, okay, yes, I'll order it. So that's how I ended up with this. The next two books that I got were from my very, very lovely future sister-in-law. Hi, Nina, if you're watching. Hugs and kisses. But the first one is The Rule Book by Sara Ana. This has been on my TBR since before it came out. I've been wanting to read this. I love Sara Ana. I think she's an incredible author. So I'm so excited to get into this one. And also, Falling for Gage. A fun fact about me, if you didn't already know this, Archer's Voice is my favorite contemporary romance, and this is in the same universe as Archer's Voice. So it's Archer's Voice, Travis, and then Falling for Gage. I'm beyond excited to read this. I feel like it's gonna make me cry, but I'm excited about it. So shout out to Nina, thank you so much. Mwah! Next up was a book sent to me by one of my book besties, Bailey. Her Instagram is @BaysReads. Yes, and so is her YouTube. I'll link it in the description. But this is the book that I got Bailey as her blind date with the book when we did the Nashville book retreat. I was putting together the description for the blind date with the book, and I was like, this sounds so good, and then I added it to my Amazon wish list. So Bailey returned the favor. Thank you so much, Bailey. And next up are two books from one of my very best friends, Simone. Her Instagram is @Simone_reads. She knows I love hockey romance, and we just like bond over our love for hockey romance, and we have such similar tastes. So she sent me Shutout and Offside by Avery Keelan. Keelan? Yes, we'll go with that. I love hockey romance. I'm a big hockey romance girly. So I'm so excited to read these. And look at the spines on these, please. Just like, also hope that focuses. Just take a moment. Like the jerseys on them, they're so cute. And I love, The book was not damaged. Anyways, I love these covers. I'm so excited to get into these. So those are all of the books that were sent to me. The rest were purchased by my very lovely mother when we went on our bookstore crawl. So I'm just gonna go through and let you know what city I bought it in. I think that'll be the easiest way to do it. But I'll group the books together by what bookstore they were bought at. And then I'll do the whole 23 bookstore video. My mom was telling me we were at a used bookstore and we fully left. We fully were like on our way to leave. And I turned around to look over my shoulder at my mom and I saw this like collector's edition of these classics. And I was looking at them, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so pretty. And my mom was like, have you ever read this book before? And I was like, no. She's like, you're a romance reader and you've never read it. So she bought me Pride and Prejudice. I'm really excited to get into this one. It says on the back, we are all fools in love. I hope you can see that. I'm gonna say that every time I show you something. I hope you can see that. It says we are all fools in love, and the cover. This is beautiful, like the foil on it. Hello, gorgeous. Honestly, Biggest shout out to my mom. I'm a firm believer. I have the best mom in the world. Like, you can think you have the best mom, you're wrong. My mom is the freaking best. So I'm so excited to show you all these books. At that same bookstore that we got Pride and Prejudice, also got Just for the Summer. I have not read any books by Abby Jimenez, but I am very excited for this one. It's the book club pick for one of these book clubs that I'm going to go to when I move to Tampa. So I really got to get reading because I have to read this one. I'm going to be reading another book that I got for a different book club in Tampa. And I have my own book club, my own fantasy romance book club that I host. And we're reading the Book of Azrael this month. So much happening. But don't worry, I'll make it happen. And then the last book that I got at that bookstore was Fake Dates and Mooncakes. I love fake dating. I don't know what it is, but something about fake dating when they're like, I guess we have to kiss in front of all these people to like make them think that we're dating. I love it. I love it. So excited. Also, cute points for the corgi. And on the back it says love wasn't on the menu. I'm sure it's going to be served up though. And the person working the register said that this book was really, really good. I got this next book in a very cute like mountain town in North Carolina, I believe. I've read the first book and I enjoyed it. Electric Idol by Katie Robert. You'll notice that like this is all over the place. It's not like all the same type of book. I'm just all over the place because I'm a mood reader. So get into it. I like the first book, so let's see how this one goes. Then I got Next to You. I own Next of Kin. So I already owned Next of Kin, and I loved Out on a Limb. Like, this author is just chef's kiss. So I was like, I own this one. This one just came out. You gotta put them together. So this was like, I read the back of it and it was like she buys a bus and he helps her fix it up and like, uh-oh. The tension just based on the stuff that this author posts to her Instagram, I can't wait to get into this. I did not find this one until bookstore number like 17 or 18. I was really, really looking for this book because Kennedy, I'm gonna put her Instagram somewhere here. Kennedy read it and loved it and was posting about it, and just the way she talked about it, I was like, I need this book in my life. The 7-Year Slip. I've seen nothing but good things about this. So I hope I'm not let down. However, I do think I'm gonna cry, which I'm here for, but I'll keep you updated on that. This was at a different bookstore in North Carolina, but this is the 7 Rules for Breaking Hearts. And I saw that the love interest had red hair. My fiance has red hair, so I was like, okay, I'm intrigued. And the FMC has a podcast, so I was like, it was meant to be. How can I not get this? I got this one in Athens, Georgia, I'm pretty sure, but this is A Nobleman's Guide to Seducing a Scoundrel. This is the second book in the series. I just read the back of the first book and it didn't really speak to me. I wasn't super excited about it. So I ended up getting this one because this just sounded more like something I would like, and I'm assuming they're interconnected standalones. I really, really love historical romances. So I'm, as you guessed it, super excited to read this one. Honestly, it's overwhelming because I don't know where to start. So if you have an idea of where I should start, please comment. I got these next 3 at a used bookstore in somewhere in North Carolina. I'll give more specifics when I am doing the 23 bookstores video. But I got the stand-in, and I've seen this one all over the place. But when I saw it at the used bookstore and like, look, it doesn't really look used, I was like, heck yes, you're coming home with me. Then as I was leaving, I did see, okay, you can't judge me. You have to pinky promise now. Can't judge me. Okay. I saw the spines. Oh my God. I saw the spines to these books and I was like, okay, wait, I'm intrigued. So this was the first one that I saw. Really hope you can see that. It's a shirtless cowboy, okay? Matthew. This is the first book in the Circle 8 series. Each one seems to be about a different brother or different man. So I got Matthew, and then they also had Brody. I couldn't take Matthew home by himself and leave his brother behind. So I had to get Brody too. Just so you know, I'm obsessed with cowboy romances, and I got a lot of cowboy romances at the used bookstores. I can't wait. Like, look at those spines and tell me that you wouldn't stop what you're doing and pick these up. Oh yeah, and then I read the back of this one, and it's like, Matthew needs to find a wife in 30 days or else. Like, okay, marriage of convenience. Yes, please. And then I'm pretty sure this one is more like a road trip kind of thing together. I'm excited. I got this next one at a bookstore in Atlanta. This is Something Wild and Wonderful. I've seen this a few times at a couple of different bookstores, and when I was at this particular bookstore, this stood out to me as like one that I've been wanting to read, but have just kind of like picked other things instead. So it was this book's day when I walked into that bookstore. This was the very first book that I got on our indie bookstore crawl. This is the one that I was wanting to find. There were two books that I was keeping my eye out for, and this was one of them. Leather and Lark. I loved Butcher and Blackbird, in case you didn't know that. I'm going to link the Butcher and Blackbird review somewhere here on the screen. I will probably be doing one for Leather and Lark because I loved Butcher and Blackbird. These next three I got at a used bookstore in Georgia. I know I said it earlier, but I love me some cowboy romance, so I got Unbridled Cowboy. This is book 1 in the series, and then Cowboy Wild is book 3. They did not have book 2, which was like a Christmas cowboy thing. I know I need to get it. And then the 4th one is The Rough Rider, and this is the one that had on the spine the picture of the couple on the cover. I was like, oh, what's that about? And then I looked it up on Amazon to see what the order was. And they had books 1 and 3. So, you know. And it's the Four Corners Ranch. So I was like, oh, there's only 4 books. I think there's like 16. But I got 1, 3, and 4. I love cowboy romance. What can I say? These next 3 I got at a used bookstore in Georgia. I'm pretty sure this was Athens. Could be wrong. But my mom is a big Julie Garwood fan and was like, just read one of my recommendations. So I got The Bride by Julie Garwood. I'm excited to read it. I'm excited to see what the hype is about. My mom loves this book. My aunt loves this book. It's my turn. And then, of course, I had to get some cowboy romances. So I got The Texan by Joan Johnston and then The Cowboy. I'm pretty sure this is books 1 and 2. There's something about a cowboy. What can I say? These might be the last of the cowboy romances, but then I went to another store after I got The Texan and The Cowboy and then found The Loner, which is book 3 in the series. So naturally, couldn't leave it alone at the bookstore. Had to take it and put it with the other 2 books. And then I got this one. At first it was a joke, but now I'm intrigued. The name of the book is Tall, Dark, and Cowboy. At first, my mom and I looked at it like, oh my gosh, haha, that's so funny. And then I was like, wait, but the the blurb, it sounds like it's gonna be good. I think this is part of a series, actually. I didn't get any of the other ones in the series, so I should probably look that up. We'll find out together, I guess. I got this box set at the same bookstore that I got The Bride, The Texan, and The Cowboy. I had been looking for these books. I am a big fan of the movies, and I was like, I need to read the books to get the full effect. Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit box set. Isn't that beautiful? Hello. Look how stunning. Look how gorgeous. It was at Wall of Books. But this box set, I was so happy to find it still in the wrapping. I have so much to read, but this is definitely high on the TBR. I got this book at my absolute favorite bookstore that we visited. It was in Greenville, South Carolina, The North Wind. It's described as Beauty and the Beast / Hades and Persephone retelling, which are two of my favorites. So I immediately was like, this is the one. I have to take this one home with me. This one I got in Asheville. This is Flock by Kate Stewart, but this is a autographed copy. They had just had an event with her a couple days before, so they still had in stock, oh my gosh, I don't want to rip this. They still had in stock some of her signed books. And this is a series that I've been wanting to get to. I've heard pretty great things about it. I've heard it will emotionally wreck me, so there's that. But I saw it was an autographed copy and I was like, okay, yes, this is the one. This next one is the book club pick for the other book club that I want to go to when I move, Jade City. I've heard pretty great things. I know Leah just finished this series. Hi, Leah, if you're watching. I know Leah just finished this series and she said it was really, really good. So I'm really excited to get into this, but I feel like it's going to be a little difficult as far as world building goes. But because it's for book club, it's going to make me read it. So I'm excited. These next three were bought at a used bookstore here in town. My fiance took me and I got the three of them. They were having a sale. It was the mass market paperbacks were 3 for $6. So I was like, well, I can't just get one book. I had to get three. And these three were part of a completed series. I'm not 100% sure which one goes first, but I got Highland Outlaw, Highland Warrior, and Highland Scoundrel. I really am excited to get into these and enter my Outlander era, if you will, but I had to get the completed series. There's another one I had my eye on, but they were missing book 2. They had 1, 3, and 4. So this one was completed. And yeah, this one I got at a bookstore in Savannah. This was described, I read the back of it and then I looked it up on Amazon. And on Amazon, it's described as an LGBTQ plus fantasy romance enemies to lovers. And I was like, where do I sign? Where do I sign? I immediately was like, this is the one that's coming home with me. I'm pretty sure this is the first in a series though. A lot of the fantasy books that I got are the first in a series, but I don't think this is the completed series. I could be wrong, but I'm not 100% sure that this is a completed series. This next one I got at a bookstore in Charleston, South Carolina, 3 Dark Crowns. I read the back and it's described as 3 sisters who have to fight to the death for the throne, which, yes, where do I sign? This is a young adult fantasy book, and I think it's completed. So very excited to read this one. I think there might be 5 books in total because based on the back there, it looked like there's 4 other books. But this is one that I've had my eye on for quite some time. It's been sitting on my Everend for a while too. So it was just meant to be. Next up is Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan. This was a signed copy that I got in Charleston, South Carolina. Let's see. Okay, so there is the autograph. And I just saw somebody post and say that this was their favorite read of the entire summer. So that just made me so excited. And then last up, these are the 2 final books. I got both of these at the same bookstore in Charleston, South Carolina. They had a corgi in the bookstore, so I was in love. The first one is The Devil in Blue Jeans. From what I've gathered, this is a cowboy romance, so of course I was like, yes, please. And then the next one was Romancing Miss Stone. This gave the vibes of that movie with Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock when they're like in the jungle. So, and they just look so cute together. Come on. So yeah, I am so excited to read all of these books. I truthfully just like do not know where to start. So if you have an idea of where you think I should start, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this far. Make sure that you subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye.